Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hub City Presents. I am Kris Leonhardt, editor of Hub City Times, and we are here with Tricia Fancher and Bryan from the Hannah Center. And we're going to talk, let's do a past, present, and future thing. Let's talk about the past of the Hannah Center, Tricia.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So the Hannah Center opened its doors in June of 1993. So this year is our 26th year here in Marshfield, and we exist to assist women and their children in crisis. We do that. We have three main programs. We have our individual goal-based program, our urgent housing room, and then Hannah's Caring Closet. And through our programs, really the Hannah Center's goal is to be able to help end the cycles of chronic homelessness, chronic poverty, abuse, and the addictions that run rampant in our communities, really looking to end those cycles, not just in the women that we serve, but for generations to come. And we do that through our life skill classes, helping the women to learn the skills that they need to live successfully independently. Life skill classes such as budgeting, time management, lots of parenting classes, things like that. And not cooking, cleaning, really catering those classes to meet the needs of our residents. But not only are we teaching those classes to our residents, they are then equipped to turn around and teach the skills that they have learned to their children. Therefore, breaking those cycles for many generations to come in order to improve all of our communities.
Now, when the Hannah Center started or was formed, it was created for a certain purpose, and that's kind of evolved over time. How has that changed?
Yeah.
And how did it start, and how has that changed over time?
Absolutely. So when the Hannah Center was first born, so to speak, a group of community members came together, and there were women at that time. The crisis our community was facing was women were getting pregnant and then being kicked out of their home, whether that was their parents' home, significant other's home, whatever that looked like. And so a group of people came together and said, we need to do something about this. This is a problem in our community and we need to help. So the Hannah Center was formed to assist pregnant women in crisis. And for many years, the Hannah Center served pregnant women and the same premise, helping them to learn the life skills that they need to break those cycles and to get them successful independently in their futures. In about 2011, our board came together after the Hannah Center became a hub of referral for our community. So we got a lot of phone calls for a lot of different needs. And our board came together and looked at those different needs that our community had and determined that crisis pregnancy was no longer the dominant crisis in our community. Women were in need of services such as ours for a lot of different reasons. And at that time then, we chose to expand our mission. So now assisting any woman in crisis, so still assisting a pregnant woman, but assisting a single woman or a woman with children as well, to be able to best meet the needs of our community as the crisis has changed over time.
And how many women and families are you serving?
Yeah.
Or how many do you serve a year or?
Yes. So the Hannah Center holds up to 5 women at one time. The ratio of children really depends how we can kind of switch up the beds to meet the needs of our families. Currently we are full. We have 8 children in the house, which is a fun and exciting time. So we have 4 long-term rooms, and then we do have the 1 urgent housing room where a woman can come in on a quicker basis in a homeless situation. And over time, the Hannah Center, since our opening, the Hannah Center has been the home to over 350 women and children in crisis since opening in 1993, which is huge. And not only have we been the home to over 350 women and children in crisis, Hannah's Caring Closet in 2018 alone, where we have donated children's items, clothing, baby items, and things like that. Hannah's Caring Closet served over 275 families in our communities. So definitely the needs are there. And the big thing at the Hannah Center, really is learning the skills that they need to be successful independently. And the women that are with us, we're not a homeless shelter. So they're not staying for 30 days or 45 days. We are a long-term program really working to make positive change in the women that we serve. So the women that are at the Hannah Center call the Hannah Center home from anywhere. Typically we see between 8 to 11 months for successful graduation. So it really does become their home, and we really do become a family there.
And what kind of crisis situations are bringing the women there now?
Yeah. So the biggest crisis can mean many different things for many different people. The biggest crises that we see are things like chronic homelessness. Typically that chronic homelessness is coming due to not having the life skills to sustain independence. Chronic poverty. So they grew up in poverty and that's all they know, and they don't know how to necessarily break those cycles for themselves and their children, but they really want to. And then we see women coming out of loss of relationship. So it doesn't necessarily mean a domestic abuse situation. It can just be loss of relationship, whether that's with a husband or parents or siblings or roommates. At times we do see women coming out of abusive situations. And then right now, definitely women who are in recovery and wanting to change their lives, coming out of drug addiction is a huge crisis that we're seeing as well.
Now, you just hosted a big fundraiser. Can you tell us a little bit about that? What happened? What was involved? How much money you raised?
Absolutely. So we just had our Giving for Life Banquet, which is our biggest fundraiser of the year. Giving for Life Banquet happens the first Thursday in October of every year. And we have a dinner, a speaker, a silent auction, a live auction. It's a fun night. It's a fun night for people to come together, support the Hannah Center, but really for community, just to, be able to sit and talk with others and things like that. And this year we had Annie Meehan, who is a author and speaker, international speaker, and she came in, before coming to the banquet, she toured the Hannah Center, she held the babies at the Hannah Center, and really just got to know our home and some of our girls, which was super exciting. So she came in and had a super inspirational message. We had a silent auction, we had a wonderful dinner at the Holiday Inn here in Marshfield, and the silent auction and the live auction, and we raised just under $31,000 this year, and that's like I said, our biggest fundraiser. So it was definitely a wonderful, fun time, and we're excited for next year as well. And being that, speaking of fundraisers, the Hannah Center is a nonprofit organization. So unique to us being a nonprofit organization, we also don't accept any state or federal funding. So we are totally run by community donation, and we've existed for 26 years. The Marshfield community is a wonderful, giving, generous community. So by community donation, monthly sponsors, things like that, and then also some of those fundraisers that we have, like our Giving for Life Banquet. We have our shopping spree coming up in a little over a week. So yeah, great ways to get involved and just support the Hannah Center and women and children in crisis.
And we'll give more information at the end of the show on how they can contact you if they want to donate. But what are the options if they want to be part of the fundraiser next year?
Yeah. So if somebody is looking to be a part of the fundraiser next year, reach out to us to get more information. You can sponsor tables. Businesses can sponsor tables. Family can sponsor tables. We will be looking for sponsors for the event. We'll be looking for speaker sponsors. And then also silent auction items. So donating items to the silent auction. Is huge, and just being there, really just being there to learn more about the Hannah Center, to learn more about the women that we're serving, not only for yourself, but to help us spread the word to others that may not know we exist.
Okay, so the Hannah Center has been in Marshfield for 26
years this year.
26 years, and you're looking to expand. Can you tell us a little bit about the expansion you are?
Yeah, so for approximately about the last year, we have been working on potentially expanding into Wisconsin Rapids. Currently, the Hannah Center serves women from all of Wood County, surrounding counties, and sometimes even out of state based on need. However, we've been operating at very full for quite some time, and it can be very hard for a woman to leave the community that she's in and move to a different community to start over. Sometimes that poses barriers in and of itself. And through different feasibility studies, through talking with leadership and community members in Wisconsin Rapids, the Hannah Center was actually approached by people from Wisconsin Rapids saying, have you considered an expansion and having a second location of the Hannah Center in Wisconsin Rapids to further assist these women and children in crisis? And so we determined that is something the more we can expand our mission, and serve more women and children, the better for our communities. However, our financial bench isn't deep enough just to be able to open that second location. So we've been working on it and talking to the community, seeing if it's something that the community would support, and that has been unanimously yes from everybody that we have talked to, that it is something that Wisconsin Rapids feels they need. And so now we are just working to get the fundraising going to be able to raise the money to open a second location in Wisconsin Rapids.
Okay, now you've formed an advisory board.
Yes. So we probably about 3 months ago or so, 4 months, 3 months, something like that, we opened, I came to a point where I'm like, okay, I need help now. This is getting bigger than just me. So we formed a Wisconsin Rapids Advisory Committee because we want community members in Wisconsin Rapids to have a say about what the needs are in Wisconsin Rapids, because some of the needs are going to look different than what the needs are in Marshfield. And so we have formed the advisory committee with different community members, business people, just trying to move forward, people that are passionate about helping their community become a better place.
Okay, thank you. And when we come back, we'll speak with one of those advisory committee members, Bryan Spranger.
Hi, I'm Danielle Nystrom, the 2019 Rotary Winter Wonderland Chair. I'm also a Noon Rotarian, and this is Jennifer King. She is the volunteer co-chair, and she is a Sunrise Rotarian. And we're here today to tell you about Rotary Winter Wonderland 2019, which will be opening November 29th this year, the day after Thanksgiving. We are open every night from 5 to 9 p.m. until December 31st.
So bring your family, bring your friends, and make a new holiday tradition, and bring out your canned good donations to support the local food pantries.
Welcome back to Hub City Presents, and we're here speaking with Tricia Fancher and Bryan Spranger from the Hannah Center, and we're talking about the advisory committee that was formed. Bryan, can you tell us who are the members, what are the directions?
So Tricia, formed the group of us about 4 months ago, and we've been discussing the direction of how to figure out fundraising. She's composed the group of, I think we have five members. We have Jen, she's the outreach pastor at Crossview Church. Megan, she's the executive director of Three Bridges. Yvonne actually has past family ties to the Hannah Center here in Marshfield. Myself, I'm a real estate agent in Wisconsin Rapids. So we've kind of got a good mix of different people, different backgrounds, different focuses, and things like that. And we feel it's a good group of folks with a lot of energy behind us to try to achieve our goals.
Okay, and what are those goals?
So the second, the expansion of the Hannah Center to have a second location in Wisconsin Rapids is the ultimate goal. The goal is to raise roughly $1 million, which will include the purchase of a house, putting everything into that house that needs to, whether it's remodeling or otherwise, plus the first 5 years of expenses in order to run the facility. Because obviously once you get there, there's going to be ongoing costs. And like Tricia said, it's completely independently funded. There's no state or government funding. So that 5 years of expenses is to get solidified in town and start to get that fundraising revenue stream so they can run the place day to day.
So why did you join the advisory committee?
At first it was because they were looking at potential houses to get involved with, and then as I started to talk to Tricia and understand their goals and aspirations a little bit more, I got interested, and then I actually went to the facility here in Marshfield. And as soon as it's one thing to hear about it, but then when you walk in the door and you actually see what's going on, it was incredibly inspirational. And you understand it's not a home where they say, hey, come and live here for 3 months and then we'll kick you out and then we'll have somebody else come in. They're teaching people life skills, and they're teaching people the ability to get on their own feet, the people that want to be productive members of society, and they're helping them gain that goal. And maybe they don't have those abilities, but they have the drive and the want, and they're helping teach them the ability to do that. So that was the big part for me, is helping people that want to be helped get back to where they need to be. So
So as far as like action steps that the committee has taken right now, where are you with things?
Right now we're working on 2 different fundraisers. The main fundraiser we're looking at right now is a little bit of a smaller one, but it's kind of just to get things going and get our awareness built up. Because a lot of people in Marshfield know who the Hannah Center is and what they do. Very few people in Rapids know that. We've talked to a lot of people, and once they understand it, they're all gung-ho and on board with it. But the first fundraiser, we're selling Mission Coffee House coffee, and we're charging $11 a bag, and $5 of each bag goes towards the Hannah Center. That's really, obviously it's getting funds raised, right? But it's also getting us face-to-face conversations with people of, okay, what's this for? And we can kind of explain it, and again, once people hear about it and understand it, a lot of people are willing to, I've had people that are like, well, I don't like coffee, but here, have a donation, because they're very interested in helping the place. So it's not always about the good that they get, but the fact that they're helping people at the end of the day. The second fundraiser is going to be a little bit bigger, and we're aiming for next year. We don't have an exact name for it, but it's in development. But it's something new that I don't think Rapids has seen. But it's kind of the main term is some people have called it a progressive dinner, or if you're in Europe, it's called a safari supper. Really, it's a lot of people would do that as groups of friends, where they'll go to one house for an appetizer, go to somebody else's house for an entree, and go to somebody else's house for a dinner. Well, we're doing that, trying to spread out in Wisconsin Rapids and find multiple different locations of restaurants that are also jumping on board to support us as well. So going to one place for drinks, going to a place for soup and salad, going to a place for an appetizer, an entree, and dessert. I think it's something really unique that our Rapids hasn't seen. So I think it'll be exciting for people to get on board with that. But it's also a way to involve our local businesses too, because those have been evolving as well. Rapids has really been changing in the last 5 years, and I think this is another step in, the productivity that Rapids has found, both private and public, with new businesses opening up, and just there's a new vibe in town where it's a little bit more hopeful and a little bit more energy than 15, 20 years ago. So it's exciting to see. Obviously the Hannah Center is interesting coming to town, but also the town changing as well.
So more information on the fundraiser. That's kind of like the way some people do their Christmases. Some families do their Christmases like that, where they travel to the different relations houses and have a different course at each place.
Yeah, and I think it's going to bring a really cool, event to Rapids. So
very unique. So more information will be coming out.
Yes,
on that.
and we're still working on honing in who's going to be involved from a business standpoint, as well as kind of what we can do to make it an exciting night.
Okay. And the coffee, where can people purchase it? How do they
The
find
coffee,
out more about the
you can check out the Hannah Center's Facebook page. That's going to be your easiest route to it. Otherwise, they can contact us individually on Facebook. But yeah, the Hannah Center Facebook page is going to be your best bet, reaching out to them with a private message, and they will either set you up with getting some coffee, or if you want to donate directly, we have a link on the website as well, the Facebook page or the Hannah Center website, that you can donate directly to the center.
Okay. So I'm going to step back a little bit, because through this whole past year, things have changed greatly. So maybe Tricia, do you want to relive that? There was a house at one point in Rapids that was being looked at, and can you just go through that whole process of the changes and what's changed and what's not in this whole process?
Yeah, absolutely. About a year ago, the Hannah Center's dreams and aspirations weren't necessarily to open a second location. That wasn't something that was in our 5-year plan or 10-year plan. And there was a house on Airport Avenue in Wisconsin Rapids that used to be a CBRF for people in recovery. And that was run by the county, and that house became for sale. And really that's how the ball started rolling. So Wisconsin Rapids community members and leaders had reached out to me. I'd had a few different people reach out and say, hey, did you know that this house is for sale? We think the Hannah Center should come to Rapids, and this house would be perfect because it was already set up for something somewhat similar. And so that's really what kicked it off. And But at the time, the Hannah Center in Marshfield didn't have just that extra money laying around to purchase a second location. So that's really what started this all kind of rolling. And from there, what I did is I started talking to the community. We held a Roast Beef for a Reason event. I came in and talked with Wisconsin Rapids City Times, different things like that to really gauge the community's interest and to find out if it was something that the community wanted in Rapids, felt would be helpful to Rapids, and that they would support. And as I said earlier, that has been yes from all avenues. And so then we really started doing like business planning and just things like that. What would this look like? And does Rapids have the same needs as Marshfield? And, going through those types of things. And that is what led us to forming an advisory committee, because we determined that there will be some different needs. And we want the Wisconsin Rapids community to be represented in doing this, because this isn't us. This isn't Marshfield doing it. This will be a complete duplication of what we have in Marshfield in Rapids, a second location. So we wanted Wisconsin Rapids involved. We do have a separate account set up, as Bryan had talked about. The $1 million is what we're looking to raise to have those first 5 years worth of operating costs plus the expenses of a house and things. And so we do have a second account set up at Valley Communities Credit Union in Wisconsin Rapids, so that we can raise that money. And once we get to that point, hopefully start opening doors, and we're excited to do that. And so we do have a direct link, like Bryan said, on our website as well as our Facebook page, that you can donate directly to the Wisconsin Rapids expansion project. And then there's of course the link to the Hannah Center general funding as well.
Okay, so for fundraisers, you have the coffee fundraiser going on right now, and in Marshfield you have the shopping spree.
Yes.
You want to talk about that?
Absolutely. So yes, as Bryan said, we have the Mission Coffee coffee fundraiser happening for the Wisconsin Rapids expansion. $5 of every bag of coffee sold goes directly back to the Wisconsin Rapids expansion project. And then we're working on the second fundraiser in Rapids coming next year, like he referred to. And then in Marshfield, we are doing our shopping spree right now. So this is our third year doing a 90-second shopping spree at Festival Foods. Super fun. It reminds me of that game show Shop Till You Drop from when I was little. And so it's super exciting. Some year I'll win it. So you can purchase a shopping spree ticket for $10. You can come to the Hannah Center to purchase that ticket. And then you get entered into, one ticket enters you in once to the drawing to win the shopping spree. We will draw the winner on November 16th, which is next Saturday. And the shopping spree takes place then on Sunday, the 17th, at Festival Foods here in Marshfield. And you get 90 seconds to run around the store and fill your cart. Last year's winner had $289 worth of groceries, I do believe, in their cart. And they were generous and donated some of that to the Hannah Center, which was amazing. But it's fun. It's a fun thing to, I think everybody wants to run around a store and dump a bunch of stuff into their cart sometime in their life. So.
I bet. Is there anything that we didn't cover that you two want to add?
No, we're just we're looking forward to getting into things and getting things moving forward. It's exciting because we've been talking for 4 months, and now we've started to really take action. And it's we wanted to make sure our plans were in place first, and we're trying to make sure that we do it right. We're not just running without thinking. We want to think first and then have the community come along with. So.
Yeah, and if there's anybody that is watching that wants to get involved in the Hannah Center here in Marshfield, they can reach out to us. We have different volunteer opportunities and things like that. But then also for Wisconsin Rapids, if there are people that want to get involved in Wisconsin Rapids, we are looking to create like a list of volunteers, so that as we're doing fundraisers and things like that, we have people to help us. And there's going to be along the way lots of different opportunities to get involved in Rapids. So if you are interested in that, please reach out to me at the Hannah Center, and we will get you connected with the advisory committee and see where you might best be fit to serve, because we need really all hands on deck. This is a community effort, and without the whole community behind this in Rapids, we can't do it. So
Do you want to provide your contact information?
Yes, absolutely. So the Hannah Center, you can give us a call, and our phone number is 715-387-6300. We can be reached via email, which is info, @hannahcenter.com. And then our website, which is www.hannahcenter.com.
Okay, thank you both for joining me. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
And thank you for joining us. On behalf of Tricia Fancher and Bryan Spranger, I'm Kris Leonhardt from Hub City Times, and we'll see you next time on Hub City Times Presents.